Hello, I'm Sonia Wood from Oikos, and today I'm going to be telling you about this book, 72 Heart-Touching Stories. I think I could stop right there because the title tells you. It says stories worth rereading, and it also says that they are heart-touching, and that's what they are. In fact, I got a testimony from one mom who told me that she had given this to her young adult to read, and the impact that it had on him, it's quite a story in itself, but I'll stop there to say that actually each story in here is meant for the purpose of training character and imparting some principle or moral or value that is going to be worthwhile. It was written in 1913, so it's a very long time ago, and yet lessons in here are still for us today, perhaps even more so than they were when the book was actually written. This volume is actually about 320 pages, 322 pages, and there's 72 stories in here. So you can ascertain from that the stories are short. So it's not going to take long for you to pick this up off your shelf, your personal library bookshelf, and read a story that is necessary at the time for you to use for training character and teaching a lesson that is appropriate in your family at the specific time that you will know when it is required. Or you can just read through the whole book from cover to cover and a story a day, because they are only a couple of pages long each, and each one can provoke a conversation and discussion with the family about why that particular message from that story is pertinent and can be supportive and helpful in your daily living. I got an email from one mom some time back now where she wrote to me to tell me that she had got this book for her family, and she kept on discovering that the lessons that they were learning from them would be valuable for other people that she knew. So she bought another one and passed it on as a gift. And she was quite surprised that it wasn't as well received as she had experienced it from some of the people she had given it to. And it seemed that people were struggling with the fact that it was written in that era of 100 years ago, and they felt that it wasn't pertinent for today's modern world. Well, everybody can have their own view on that, but as far as I'm concerned, if the stories in here are based from the Word of God and they're taking lessons from here regarding character, training, and the 10 Commandments, as simple as that, and why we need to obey them and what the consequences is of not obeying them, I think that's timeless. So just to let you know that it is written in that era and it can trip some people up, but please don't let it, because the value of the lesson that you're learning while reading this short story is very, very valuable in our view, and that's what we have experienced. Missy designed, our daughter designed the cover. She does the graphic work for us here at Oikos, and I just found it was quite a good design for her to depict the fact that every one of the books that she's got here on the cover has got the title of each story within the book. So to me, that's what it's like. It's like bookshelves of stories that you can read to your children, each one just so valuable. This book is not just 72 heart-touching stories, but there are many little treasured poems inside as well. I think actually this might have been an inspiration for Missy to write her short stories and poems, and we put her little poems in between the short stories that she wrote. I think they could possibly be attributed to the fact that we had this book in our personal library. So I'd like to just end with showing you that very thing, that the little poems that are interlaced between the short stories in this book. In fact, let me read this little one to you. A friend, how much it means to be so true in all we do, that others speak of us as such and call us by that noble name. A friend, how much it means to have a friend who'll gladly lend a helping hand to help us on when weary seems the path we tread. A friend, may we be such to Christ, who gladly gave our lives to save, his life a willing sacrifice, and showed himself a friend of men. Say thank you. There's another little poem here. So to me, just the poems we lifted out of here and could have the children illustrate them and make a poster out of them and put them on our wall were worth every word, as I'm sure you have gathered. So enjoy your 72 stories worth rereading. and thank you for watching. Bye.